Okay, so this lesson is domain 1.3. It's all about formatting worksheets and workbooks. First thing that we're going to do is we are going to go to the page layout tab. But most of the things we are doing today is from this page layout tab. And so this is all about, again, formatting it. So the first thing you're going to look at is themes. Over here, these are preset themes that they're going to make you choose from. So make sure you just scroll through and find which one that it wants. These are just changing fonts, colors, schemes, the whole look of it all. For this particular one, I don't really care which one you do. I want you to just kind of go through and see which one you like and select that one. But again, they'll tell you a specific one to do. There are custom colors and font sets that you can do. Themes is the main one that they will be asking you about. Next is margins. So margins, there's normal, wide, and narrow for preset ones. Or if it tells you specifically to do the top and bottom, a certain one, then you would come do custom margins, and it's what you'd set it to. I'm going to go ahead and just set it to narrow. Now, you don't actually see a change on this view. We are currently, if you look down here in normal view, so this is just viewing the spreadsheet that we work in. In order to see the actual difference in margins, you would have to go to print preview view. And because I'm not hooked up to a printer, I cannot show you that view because my Excel for some reason would freeze and crash, and it's been doing that. So I'm just gonna not showing that view, but you can do print preview view to see the difference there if you needed to. Next is orientation. So obviously it's just portrait and landscape, and switching between which way it's printing off. Is it going up and down or vertically or horizontally? Make sure you know how to change those. And then size is the size of paper that it prints on. So by default, it will go to 8.5 by 11, which is just a standard sheet of paper. But legal is taller, and there's all different types like envelopes, A4, A5. And so many different ones. They may tell you a specific one to select it to. Again, I'm not going to select one because for some reason, when that's tied to how it's printing out, mine is freezing up because I'm not connected to a printer right now, even though it's not normally done that. I'm just having issues with it right now. But those are the main things. I'm not going to go into print area and breaks and things like that. I am going to pull out this page setup menu because this is one way to do headers and footers. Notice you can also do page. You can adjust things from here. Landscape portrait. You can adjust your margins. And the headers here, so again, these normally can drop down and you have preset ones. So it may tell you to, if it says put this, this, and this, and like tells you 3 things to do, and it doesn't tell you necessarily left, middle, or right, or left, center, and right, then it's probably one of the preset ones. If it gives you words like put it on the left, put it on the middle, put it on the right, and it tells you kind of positions, make sure you first of all read if it's a header or footer, because I have gotten some of those wrong because I put it in the header and it said footer. It may have 2 of them in one, so it may say header and footer in the instructions, so make sure you're reading. But here is the left, center, and right section. So if it specifically gives you things, then you'll need to do a custom one if it says left. These right here, if it says it wants the date on the left side, then you could insert date right here. There's also file path. It will tell you like how to get to the file or file name. It might tell you this one as well, but make sure you're reading specifically where it's wanting it to go. And then after header and footer, you can also do it from the insert tab. Again, I'm not going to do it here just because that last time I did it, it crashed and I had to restart this video over multiple times. So header and footer, you can also do it from there. Just know that. The colored tabs at the bottom. So right now, if I start a new tab, by default, these tabs are just gray. They're just the same color as the rest of the spreadsheet, but you can color them. See how this one is blue? All you have to do is right click on it, change the tab color, and choose it to whatever you want. It may tell you things like change all of the tabs to a different color, and it doesn't care about the color. Or it may tell you a specific color, like green accent 4 lighter 40%. You have to hover over that one, find the name, and then select it. And then notice now it is changed. There. So we've done the colored tabs, we've done header and footer, we've done margin, page size, orientation, and theme. And the last thing, I'm going to come back here, is to change the row height and column width. So it may tell you specific rows to select. So maybe it wants 5 through 9, and it wants you to change the row height. So you'll right click and change the row height. And that's how you change specific rows height. So we'll change that to 30. Or it may tell you column width, specific column widths. So I want maybe G through K. I'm going to right click. Oops. Oh, will it not let me do it? Let's see. There we go. Column width, and select that. Change the column width to say 20 and see what that does. Yep, so it made it a little bit bigger, and you're like, okay, actually, I want to go a little bit smaller. I'm going to say 15, see what that does. Okay, that might have been the original. Let's see what 12 does and look like that. Okay, so you can change custom like that. You should know how to do row height and column width. And that is it for domain 1.3.